What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video for dinner, I am making fish stew, macaroni and cheese, and green bean casserole. You guys have been asking for some pre-Thanksgiving type dishes, and since I am making macaroni and cheese and green bean casserole for dinner, I have decided to go ahead and include it in this video. So first up, we are going to start with the green bean casserole. These are staples that I already have in my pantry, so I did not have to go out and purchase anything, which was a blessing. We just went ahead and put our green beans, our seasonings, our cream of chicken. We also have some rice in there. We got our macaroni on the stove boiling for our macaroni and cheese. I also added just a little bit of flour along with our green beans, some mild cheddar cheese, and some French onions from our French onions. So as you see me here, I am just adding everything into the pot and I am mixing it up. It looks liquefied right now, but trust and believe, once it's finished cooking, it's going to tighten up. Y'all know I'm a mom, 2, 6, and I have toddlers, so that's who you hear in the background. So we're just going to put everything inside of the pan and we're going to leave it like that. And then we're going to take our good old French onions from out of our can and we're going to sprinkle it over the top as much as we can. We're going to sprinkle the whole thing. We already mixed some within the mixture and now we're going to top it with it so that it can give it that crunchy like flavor, and it's going to be so super good, and it is very flavorful and seasoned. Again, I apologize for the noise in the background, but you already know I'm a stay-at-home mom, so this is real mom life. Okay, they are right here. My toddlers will never let me live. They like to be by my side. So once we have all of that, making sure that we cover every bit of the pan, we're going to take this pan and we're going to put it in a 350-degree oven and we're going to let it bake for about a good 15 to 20 minutes so that it can get crispy, brown, and bubbly. Next, we are doing our macaroni and cheese. So our pasta noodles are still boiling. However, we're not going to cook them till al dente because when we put the macaroni and cheese in the oven to bake, it is going to cook the noodles even more. I will not be throwing away my pasta water. I am also going to keep this pasta water and we're going to transfer the pasta into the baking dish. Now you see me here. I done put all my seasonings and my butter inside of, hold on one second, baby, okay? Inside of our pan with our macaroni, and I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up. My teenage daughter is shredding our cheddar and Colby Jack cheese for me, so we're going to mix. Sorry guys, like I told you, mom life. So yes, we're finishing up mixing the macaroni with our seasoning. So now we have already went ahead and put in our first round of cheese, which is the cheddar cheese. The other cheese is still being shredded, but I like to mix mine up in batches so that way the cheese can cling on to the noodles as much as possible. And I'm making sure that I cover every single noodle in the pan. So I'm just going to mix this up until it melts a little bit. Now we're adding our first batch of Colby Jack cheese. I'm just going to mix that in there now too. Mix it real good until it starts, as y'all see that it's starting to melt because the noodles is extremely hot. I took them right out the pan, put them into this pan, and it's extremely hot. And the water from the pasta water, y'all already see is evaporating, but it's also keeping the noodles a little bit moist and it's not very thick. Now I'm going to add eggs. I'm going to add 2 of them. You can take 2 eggs and you can beat them up and add them with the carnation milk or whatever milk you want to, or you can just throw them in there by itself like I did. It's neither here nor there, but either way, it's going to get mixed up in there. So we're going to mix that up. So hold on one second. Now we got our carnation milk. My granny used this growing up. I don't use carnation milk in my macaroni and cheese all the time. I usually just use vegan type of non-dairy milk because my family, some of everybody is pretty much non-dairy, but this little bit isn't going to hurt them, so we're just going to put it in there because that's what we had in our fridge. So we're going to mix it up until we get the milk coated in there. Of course, I'll add a little more as I need it, and then we should be good. So now everything is mixed together, and we're going to take the rest of our shredded Colby Jack cheese and we're going to just put it all on the top so that way our macaroni and cheese can have a nice cheesy and crispy crust. Listen, if your macaroni and cheese don't have the crust on the sides and it's not bubbling and it's not a little brown, then I don't want it. Although I'm not eating this mac and cheese because y'all already know I am vegan, but my family don't want it. I'll make a vegan version and I'll make sure that I show y'all. But as y'all see, I'm just making sure that I get all of the cheese from off of the plate, and I'm going to make sure that it's covering every inch of this pan, from the corners to the sides, even to the middle. Mom life. Hold on one second, baby, okay? So now we're going to take our macaroni and cheese, and we're that same mom life again, y'all. But we're going to take that same pan of macaroni and cheese in the same 350-degree oven. We got our green bean casserole, and we're going to put that right on top of it because it's going to cook in the same temperature. Now we have our fish stew. I have my secret stew ingredient. If you would like to recipe, just let me know and I'll go ahead and shoot the recipe down below. It's not your traditional Nigerian stew, but I did tweak it a little bit and add my own little different sauces to it. So here it is, just bubbling a little bit. Y'all see the chunks of tomatoes. And once this is finished, after we add our fish and the fish is cooked down, I am going to go ahead and we're going to add some fresh spinach towards the end. You don't need to add the spinach in before because, again, the spinach is fresh and you don't want it to cook thoroughly. You want it to wilt because it's fresh, okay? You want it to still have its nutrients. So now we have our fish. This is swai fish that I cut in half and I put inside of the stew, and I'm going to put the lid over it and I am going to let this simmer for about a good 30 to 35 minutes until it's finished. And y'all, here we have our green bean casserole and we have our fish stew. Not your traditional Nigerian fish stew, but I did tweak it a little bit, but this is the only way that my family will eat it. And you guys, it looks amazing. It tastes good. I'm just taking some of the sauce and the broth and I am just pouring it on top, and we're going to let this cool. I'm going to put the lid on, let it cool. We got some sweet Hawaiian rolls. Here is our green bean casserole, and I'm just going to dig into it so that y'all can see it. Y'all see that? It's nice and brown at the top, nice and creamy in the inside. And yes, there is some rice in there. I know some people don't use rice, but I used it for this time. And look at our mac and cheese, y'all. Y'all see that crust? Y'all see the crust? It was bubbling, but I had to let it sit for a little bit. So I'm going to just dig in it just a little bit so that you can see the cheese and how nice and creamy and gooey it is. But yeah, you guys, make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe so that I can come to you and give you some more pre-Thanksgiving meals. And as always, remember that I love you, but God loves you so much more. And I'll see y'all in the next one.